You see that big gun you have in the back?
I already noticed, huh? Nice, folks. So anyway, after that there, by the hotel, we now had dinner. We heading to get the tickets. Yeah, we're gonna get some information there, so we might put that off camera. I'll tell you after how much for the tickets and stuff, and you know, and after we'll go by the booth there and see what next. Nice, folks. So we are in the area here where you get the tickets and the permits to go see the turtle. Is $50 per adult. You see, 50 per adults and kids. Same price?
$27 for a child.
And if it's foreigners?
It's $100 and half price the same way.
Alright, so they have two different prices. Local price and foreigner price.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You good?
I said everybody have to get this and everybody have to get that matter. And I put them in the place. I said I will not have to go.
Nice, folks. So we now come out and get the info in the back there in the office where you get in the wristband and the permit here. So I'll be by Dion here. This is the front shop here. Hungry After Hours Cafe. Yeah? Open from 7 p.m. till
Your belly full.
till your belly full. Granny style cocoa tea, belly buster hot dog, coconut bacon, cheese, homemade lemon juice, grilled chicken and bacon fries, wings and fries. And this is the man responsible for the hot granny
style cocoa tea.
Yes.
The way Granny used to make it long time with the oil settling on top.
Yes.
You're getting an original, because we have our own chocolate factory in Granny there.
Alright.
We produce our own cocoa, if you
Yeah.
understand. So you're getting original thing.
Yes.
You understand? Original Granny style cocoa tea.
Yeah.
With the oil settling on top.
The oil settling.
And you
yes,
have
yes,
bacon cheese, so you're getting it the exact way. And then if you're lucky, sometimes when you come Granny here, sometimes a nice Granny here making the tea for you, so you can't go
the
wrong.
original granny still around?
Yeah.
Like your mom?
Yeah.
Right.
You understand?
Nice.
So we don't play with that. And then we have lemon juice too.
Lemon
you understand?
juice.
Yeah, original lemon juice.
Right.
You understand? So, and then when you come to the watching, you have red lights to rent.
Red lights to rent,
You
yeah.
know, so yeah, you get an extra battery, so everything.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
Nice.
I always just do it.
Nice, folks. So we are waiting the tour guide to go on the tour and meet with Dion, Mr. Dion wife here. This is you make the grilled chicken and the hot dog and the cocoa tea and stuff. So nice, folks. When you come to Grand Riviera, the green hot there, that is place to get your dinner. Yes, you know, when the munchies kick in after hours.
Beach.
Yeah.
Can't miss it.
Hot cocoa tea, like how Granny used to make it. Yes.
With the oil settling on top.
With the oil settling on top. Nice. So
Can't go wrong there. Sticking.
Your car go wrong. Nice. So big up to Dion wife here. What was his name? Mary. Dion and Mary here. Two unique name. Nice. So anyway, we are waiting the tour guide to go on the tour, so stay tuned for that. Right, folks, so the tour ready. We are waiting the tour guide there, Tyrone. So we'll get some info from him. Nice.
Alright, you'll come to the front.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna come in closer.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I don't need people. I'm not a cannibal, right? I'm sure nobody here is cannibals, right?
No.
I am.
You really? In which lifetime? Alright. Alright, good night again to everyone. This is your first time to watching the Grand Riviera?
No.
Alright. So how are you all enjoying the ambience so far? It's nice.
Peaceful.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Alright. For most of you all never met me in your life, everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Tyrone. I must thank each and one of you for choosing Grand Riviera as a turtle viewing recreation. Before we go turtle watching, right, there are just some basic guidelines I would like everybody to observe. If you all have cameras, alright, cool.
Whole data advantage in that boy. Whole day, everybody advantage.
If you all have cameras, we do allow flash photograph at night, but in this instance, and also they have cell phones, so you all need to disable your flash. If you want to do that, you have to do it here, right? Because there's nothing called an accidental photo on the beach. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
I will say that again. There's nothing called an accidental photo on the beach, because Granny Bear Beach is viewed as one of the densest nesting sites in the world for leatherbacks.
The world, yeah.
Right? So I don't know how much turtle we'll see while we're outside here.
Yeah.
But the turtles are starting to come in because most of these reptiles prefer high tide. So they have less way to pull up the shoreline, right?
Yeah.
And remember where we are standing here? Here is hard on the beach, it's uneven. due to the amount of turtle already nested for the season gone by. So just be mindful in transit when we move into the turtle. Right? You could be walking and falling. It's uneven. Right? So you all have to follow me, and anyone who wants to leave my tour, please inform me, because remember this is a night activity. And while we are outside, also if you see turtles approaching from the ocean, don't run to them, don't shine lights in their eyes, because we do not want to deprive them of their space. You must give them. Once you give these reptiles and them their space, they'll come and nest around you. Everybody understand that? Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Before we proceed?
This light is a problem?
Yes.
That light's problem. Red light.
Red light.
Right. Why we use red light? You see, turtles can see in spectrums, right? But the red light is a light that pay less attention to. So everybody who is a part of this initiative uses red lights. Tour guides, patrol, taggers, you just name it. Right? So you all ready, folks?
Yes.
Alright, let's walk this way. Come this way.
Good info given there.
There's another one.
Alright, so we're getting some info from the tour guide.
Over the berm, you see that turtle there?
Yeah.
They're now coming in. When they're coming in from the ocean, I told you all, you can't shine lights on them. You must give them, you can't shine lights on them. Take up the red light. When they come in from the ocean, I want you to understand this. When turtles are coming from the ocean, they are most vulnerable. And all these females and them are only coming that show to lay their eggs. But once they come up and they settle on top of the berm of the sand, they are here for a window of an hour and a half to 2 hours. On top of the sand. That's the allotted time each reptile has. Some turtles are more experienced. This turtle was just digging, right, everyone? But what happened? That one is done laying. What happened? She was digging another turtle nest laid previous by another turtle. What we used to do in the past, right? We used to place pieces of board or bamboo directly under the hang flipper, so they know that they cannot dig sand, and eventually they'll move to the location on the beach. But we couldn't do that for every turtle that come in the peak, because it's hundreds does that same process. So some live, some die. But once the eggs and them are exposed to the elements up here, meaning the environment, they will not be good again. Because remember, the eggs and them must remain solitary in the sun, because it's the temperature of the sun determines the sex. So for example, if this turtle was laying down closer to the seashore, if the underlying water table gets
so if the underlying water table gets to her eggs lower down on the shore, the eggs won't hatch. These eggs can't hatch in water nor open element.
Digging at somebody else's eggs. All she knows is digging a hole to lay her eggs inside of her. So that's the situation at hand. And this turtle will deposit roughly about 60 to 120 eggs per clutch into the nest cavity. But when the eggs and them fall into the hole, they will not break, because they are very soft and rubbery at that given time. But as incubation period goes on in the nest, the eggs and them tend to become more firm, because there's a sort of secretion, right? A sort of mechanism that she releases that helps cushion the fall. So when the eggs and them are dropping from a cloaca down into the nest cavity, they will not break. But unique to leatherbacks, there's some small eggs you all will see coming to the middle or the ending of a lane. Those eggs and them are infertile, they're non-viable. Those eggs and them are called spacers. It shrinks as incubation period goes on in the nest, and it cushions the environment down there. So it'll be very nice when the baby turtles on them are emerging through the shell membrane, probably about 60 to 70 days time later. Remember, we don't see that process. That process occurs 2 to 3 feet under the sand. But you see most of the baby turtles on them emerge. So that means everything in accordance with this nest must be right in order for this nest to hatch. And this turtle could deposit all these eggs into this nest cavity here tonight, and none of those eggs don't brown to hatch. Also, once it don't get the right temperature, and watching the physical appearance of this reptile, I will say this turtle's probably just over 5 feet in length, and she's average over 1,000 pounds. When they're fully mature, they can reach a length probably about 6.5 to 7 feet, and weigh probably close to 13 to 1,500 pounds. It all depends on the turtles themselves, because some turtles are much bigger than some. Some of them just get bigger in body mass, right? Some
So,
get long and stuff.
One question. This is the leatherback.
Yeah.
You
Why
have,
they-
any, you have any turtle beside leatherback?
Not many others, but I'll tell you guys, right?
Oh.
This is those laying eggs, right? I want you to get a view of the eggs properly. But all these eggs that you see that what she dunked up is, I mean, she squashed the eggs on them, right? So in the process of while she was in close. So these eggs are not good. So I'm going to move the flipper. So you also get a good view of the eggs. Right, you all seen there? Right, she will deposit roughly about 60 to 120 eggs per clutch into the nest cavity. But when the eggs and them fall into the hole, when a brick. Remember I told you all about our body secretion, right? That helps cushion the fall, and the eggs, where the eggs come out from is called the cloaca. Right, everybody have seen? All right. We kind of disturb her. Remember, she's a sort of labor. We just more say that she's in a trance. She's just less aware of the environment than any the face of testing. You can touch a turtle on a head, a fleshy part, a flexible leathery carapace. You all can take a touch. You have to be gentle, eh? You can't be rough. Around the edges. It's a reptile laying eggs.
Yeah, she was soft. Then that the turtle back. Hard shell with protection.
Right, you're good in touch? You come touching the turtle. Fleshy part, flexible leathery carapace. You all can take a touch.
So you want to touch?
Take a dragon.
No. Flexible.
The reptile. That means like it's like a snake or alligator or anything like that, right?
What's that?
Alright folks, so I was fortunate to come about 7 a.m. to see this turtle prepare her nest for laying. Unfortunately, she did not lay because the sun was about to come up and these turtle probably sensed the temperature and stuff, and she went back into the water probably to come up later in the night and lay. So yeah, probably if she'd had come up a little earlier in the morning, like 5:30, she probably would have laid and head back out to sea. But I mean, the sun was coming up and the place was getting warm, and she was probably exhausted because the salt water was drying up from her body. Yeah. Another thing, while the turtle lay in the leg were gel-like substance over the eyelid, so it would protect the eyes from the sand from getting into the eyes. Yeah. It sometimes looked like if they're crying, yeah, probably they're in some pain. We don't know.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Right. Those 7 longitudinal ridges, right? Those prominent ridges that makes up this flexible leathery carapace. That's what helps the turtle to promote swimming in the ocean efficiently. Because remember, leatherback turtles are slow and vulnerable on land, but they are very agile in the ocean. That's a defense mechanism. They could probably outswim anything in the sea. Sharks, killer whales, you just name it, right? And this mark on the head here, and all leatherbacks have it. That's a birthmark in different size, different shape. You know, everybody have a different fingerprint. It's like a fingerprint. But where I'm placing my thumb finger, which is right here is where the turtle brain. Turtle brain is the size of a human thumb. Some people think they're really that big or that small, but leatherback turtles does not have external air like us because the air covered by air canals. So these reptiles are more sensitive to low frequencies. So probably like if you jump along the sand here, she'll feel the vibration on the sand more than anything. And for most people who are so curious of what comes out of this reptile eyes, you see sort of tear that?
Yeah.
That comes out from her eyes?
Yes.
Right, that sort of mechanism to protect her from like sun getting into her eyes, and that's a way she releases salt from her body, what the body builds up, which she cannot process, but that secretion she lets go. So when this turtle is constantly moving in the ocean, you will hardly see that's only while she's doing this phase on land, right? This is a nose here. Every time she deposits eggs into the nest cavity, she ventilates. That means she takes in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide just like us. This is a mouth underneath there. if you place your fingers in the mouth, what do you think will happen?
Go bite you.
Right, she'll probably bite. She'll bite off your fingers. But remember, leatherbacks does not have teeth in their mouth like us. What these turtles have in their mouth is called something like stiff spines. It's pointed in different directions to help them chew and swallow the main diet in the ocean, which is like jellyfish, tunicate, squid, any soft-bodied animal. But we always tell everyone, do not throw clear plastic bags in the ocean because they can mistakenly take it for jellyfish. And if they consume that, it can do a lot of damage to the digestive system. Most of them can suffocate and die because we had more than one instance in the past that turtle came ashore with plastic bags projecting out and about this long, and the only time we could get it out is when she's in the laying process because she is less cognizant of the environment, right?
Yeah.
So every time she came up for oxygen, we had to be gradually pulling this bag out of the mouth. So you see, this is some of the predicaments these reptiles and them do encounter whilst they're within our insular Caribbean. Because remember, these turtles don't live here. They have been seen in every tropic or subtropic ocean in the world. Just think of the ocean you roll in your head, and leatherback turtles have been in. And remember, they cannot retract, like pull their head into the shell like land turtles because they are pelagic. They don't live like near rocks, bays, lagoon, a mouth of a river. These reptiles are mainly adjacent to deep waters. Outside there is their home. The only time they come ashore is to do what?
Yeah.
Right. I can't think of another reason these turtles and them coming ashore because
Even if it have oil in the ocean.
what's that?
Oil.
Well, there's be passing through oil spills, but not on a regular basis. We get do a turtle passing through oil spill because sometimes you'll see it naturally as they come up. You'll see that on their flexible leathery carapace on that. But
They can live permanently on land.
no, they can stay a while on land, but we don't know how long they can stay. The boat process tag be done while the turtle is a laying process because she's less aware of the environment. But the flipper tag is like stainless steel that you're punching. Yeah.
Small eggs coming
You're
out.
punching and both hinds of the turtle while she's laying.
Finish laying.
You must leave like
Almost
a pencil point or 2 pencil point out because they want to put it directly in the turtle then a flipper to give the turtle some infection. But once it places it proper, that will last roughly for about 3 to 5 years. But due to the turtle constantly moving in the ocean, sometimes it glitters and attract their main predator, which is sharks, to come and bite off the hind flipper. But we don't have a big problem with that within our insular Caribbean, right? But where we petard leatherback sea turtles, and PIT stands for passive integrated transponder, is a microchip. The same way like when a human is inserting a needle, taking an injection, insert the needle into the pectoral muscles, a microchip. The microchip is about 20 times smaller than a rice grain. It's very small, but once you get it into the pectoral muscle, it remains dormant. And you all see the electric device that they place over the shoulder. As a put that over the shoulder, the number will automatically pop up on the screen. And I will say the principal objective is mainly to find out their internesting movements to the post-nesting migration, because it's not only in Trinidad and Tobago leatherback turtles nest. These turtles and them go around the world, right? They're very, 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 very smart reptiles. But I remember when we initially started tagging at Granivere Beach in 2001, we tagged probably close to about 300 leatherbacks, and most of them came back in 2004, 2007, and in 2010. So it's actually every 2 to 3 year window leatherback turtles nest, right? But we didn't have the human resource to tag all the turtles that nest. But if we miss a turtle on turtle night, probably when she come back again, we'll catch back that same turtle. But to tag the whole nesting colony of sea turtles around the world will take actually over about 15 to 20 years, because remember, not all leatherbacks in the world comes to our tropical waters in the Caribbean, by the way. And as I'm speaking to you all here now, it could have turtles in transit making their way to the Caribbean. But you know what really I still trying to comprehend myself is how they navigate home. Because to tell me a turtle is on the outskirts of New Zealand and know actually which beaches coming in the Caribbean, that is something amazing, right? But listen to this, a turtle would have been tagged in Trinidad and Tobago have been found moving down under, moving through Australian waters. Wow. These turtles roam everywhere. They even go where sharks and killer whales or even venture, because remember they're cold-blooded, meaning that their external environment is the main source of body heat. They can withstand waters 40 degrees centigrade. They can withstand real cold waters.
And how long do it take to become adults?
Probably about 20 to 25 years, but there's lost years, right? Because remember, when the baby turtles and them come up through the sack and they release them to the ocean, remember they're about 2.5 inches in length, they can fit in the palm of your hands. And when they release them, it doesn't see them until this side. So a lot of people are just speculating, but there's lost years with babies. Because I've never seen a turtle at the adolescent side with like this size or that size. It's only from a baby till when they come back. Who survives? Who survives to come back to lay eggs? Because the mortality rate is probably 1 in every 1,000 might survive. But because of this conservation initiative, what we are doing presently in Trinidad and Tobago, and probably some of the other beaches around the world, I'll give that 1 more. 2 out of every 1,000 might survive. Remember, because remember when they release the babies and them, they still have all the elements in the ocean to deal with. Remember, they have like, but one thing I know for sure, catfish eat a lot of baby turtles. What fishermen have been telling me, right? Catfish eat a lot of, see the remains of the baby fish, turtle in the belly of catfish. They eat that a lot. So most people, right? Most people still trying to, want to know where the baby turtles and them go because they don't see them, right? Because remember, leatherback turtles, everyone, are not coastal. They are pelagic. They live directly in the open ocean and stuff. And this is what the turtle is doing here now. This process, everyone. This is the longest. This is the most important process of the turtle on land. Why I tell you all that? If she doesn't get this process right, it makes no sense she deposits eggs into this nest cavity. And normally why she does this is to protect her eggs and them from people around like us, protects the eggs and them from drying out, and it minimizes temperature fluctuation. Remember I told you all that it must remain in a certain temperature to hatch. And they said the ambient temperature down there in the nest must be 29.5 degrees Celsius in order for this nest to hatch. But a study did at Granivier probably about 2 decades ago. We produce more males and females, but the way how global warming and climate change is affecting us, I believe that has changed over time with these reptiles. And we could safely say, everyone, that this is a female because she laid eggs, right? But then again, most of the elusive males are practically never seen. What's that? No, most of the elusive males are practically never seen. But how you'll differentiate between a male and a female, the front flipper of the male is more curved, it's more long, and the male hind flipper juts out twice time longer than the female. So help grasp and tap the status whilst they're copulating, whilst they're mating in the ocean. Because mating takes place in the sea, right? Not on land.
Of course.
Fishermen have seen them mating in the waters in the Caribbean. Not me, I don't have gills, I don't interact with turtles at sea. It's only when they try to come ashore to give the offspring a better chance of survival. And of course humans, everybody. Turtles are not like human beings. There's no parental care. Mommy doesn't come and conceive it's boy or girl.
Wow, true.
It's nothing like that. It's just lay eggs and that's it. Survival to the fittest. But when the baby turtles on them are emerging through the shell membrane, right? They have a pointed tip on their nose, which is called an egg tooth, where caruncle a little burst the shell, and then that drops off. You don't get to see that. And most of them comes up in a process called protocuperation. Like what's to the bottom, what's in the middle, pushing to the top, and most of them are sharing the same airspace whilst they're moving to the surface of the sand. You see, like if you're walking on the berm of the sand for normal stroll in the daytime, and you feel like your foot's sinking in the hole, the position where the nest is emerging, it's creating a hole down. But if that same nest is barely under the sand, sometimes the heat of the sun on the sand can burn the entire nest to death. So that's why most of the babies and them prefer early mornings, late evenings, due to heat stress, and from all the elements in the daytime to come up. They are very, very smart.
They're smart at birds because
What's that?
How long? Go ahead.
There you go.
No, you go ahead. So they'll just wait because of the heat that they're feeling from above.
Yeah, remember everything comes down in one.
Alright, so we have a different process now. The turtle already covered up the back and using front flippers to fan the sand to the back. She gonna wild up the area now.
Right, what she's doing now is basically what this turtle is doing now. She's she's sort of camouflaging, throw back sand in sort of a semicircular sea. So it'll be very hard for actually when the dogs come around, they will not know where she laid. But sometimes most of them does this in vain because the dogs do find a nest, but dogs are not the worst predator. Turtles themselves. Because this other dog up a nest lay previous another turtle also. So that nest could be also going through incubation period. So that's the situation with raptor. And this will be the longest process with turtle on land. It all depends on when she's ready, she will leave. Sometimes after all this hard work, they just remain lethargic.
Alright folks, we have this turtle now came up because the shell, the top wet, yeah? Now came up. So hope you all enjoy this educational turtle watching tour by the tour guide. And yeah, more info. Nice. Yes. Let me check out the clip. Nice.
Right, you want to see the silver clip there?
Yeah,
right.
a little close up on the silver clip.
The return address is behind that silver clip.
Yes.
Return address.
Right. So
Nice.
I want to interfere with you by just showing you the turtle that's tag. That's why I'm going to show you all, right?
This is a tag turtle.
This is a tag turtle. Look at the other silver clip on the other side.
Yeah.
The two silver clip is there.
Okay.
So we get to see one more start as well, right?
So she now comes to body fit and do what's the combination, right? So we had to give her that room space. So she's still going up, pulling her body weight.
It's a big one, you know?
Yeah, she's big in body. She's stuck in body mass.
Yeah,
she's bigger than the other turtles, honey. And all of them.
And she eating healthy or something?
But some of them just get bigger in body mass because they're probably about, they eat more.
Right, cool.
But this turtle, she looks older than that. She's real big. Oh no. A turtle could be twice time bigger than this one coming for the first time to lay.
So make a wild guess, where you think that tag have on the next side?
Which one?
Where she laid last?
No, two things this time will have. It's a series of numbers.
Yeah.
Where we have tag where nature seekers and mature tag at their beach.
Oh yeah.
But return address will be the same.
Okay, alright.
Which is like it used to be the Institute of Marine Affairs, Trinidad. But I don't know if that has changed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Peter. We tag this turtle.
Oh, you tagged this turtle?
Yeah.
What year? Last 2 years, 3 years?
Like about another series.
Alright, cool, nice. So, a turtle that was tagged in Grand River came back to lay. Yeah? This one heading out and we'll call that a morning. Go on, girl, you can do it. So that's it folks, probably time she started preparing her nest. It's too late because the sun's gonna come up now and it could be bad. So there she goes. I rise up, gulp for air and away she goes. Probably one more gulp and she disappears. She's looking like a submarine on idea moving. You're seeing the waves? Yeah, wow. One more gulp. And there she goes. Alright folks, hope you all enjoyed that daylight footage of turtle nesting and heading back out to sea. I mean, not nesting. She ain't nest. None ain't nest this morning. Yeah? So, move on out and see you all in the next one.